Want to make fractions easier and faster to solve? You can even do this without a calculator solving the question on the screen in front of you. Today we're tackling common mistake number 4, multiplying fractions the right way. Instead of just multiplying straight across, I'll show you how to simplify first by canceling common factors before multiplying. This will speed up the process of multiplying fractions significantly and make you more comfortable with fractions at the same time. Now here's what students will often do. They'll multiply 7 times 8 and get 56, and they'll multiply 12 times 21 and get 252. Now those are two large numbers, but how can we make this simpler? Well, we can simplify this by taking 56 over 252 and we start dividing it by a common factor in the numerator and denominator. Well, let's start with 2. Well, that gives me 28 all over 126. Well, let's do that again. Divide by 2 again. So we divide by 2 yet again, and what we get is we get 14 over 63. Still an ugly fraction. Hopefully at this point you can see that we can still divide by 7 in the numerator and denominator. That might be tricky for some students to see. And now we finally arrive at 2 over 9. That's a lot of work to get there. And so this is the common mistake, I call this, because there's a much quicker way, as I mentioned, to do this. So let's do that now. So what we're trying to do is find a common factor in both the numerator and denominator of any of the fractions, because the order of multiplication doesn't matter. Initially, you're looking at 7 and 12, and we find no common multiple there. However, as I mentioned, because the order of multiplication doesn't matter, we can look at 7 and 21. And they're both divisible by 7. So if I divide 7 by 7, I get 1. If I divide 21 by 7, I get 3. And so that simplifies now. We get 1/12 times 8 over 3. So what we're doing now is we're doing the same thing with 8 and 12. Looking at 8 and 12, I can go ahead and divide both of those by 4, and that gives me 2 and 3. So what this becomes is it becomes 1/3 times 2/3, which gives me 2 over 9. A much quicker and much easier way to do this. And there you have it. Remembering canceling common factors before multiplying keeps your work neat and your answers simplified. Avoid these common mistakes and multiply smart. If this helped, don't forget to follow and like for more quick math tips. Now it's your turn. Time for you to practice. Look at the question on your screen and write what your final simplified answer is and how fast you did it using this technique in the comments. Thanks so much for watching.